Using the SCS3 with any MIDI-capable software other than Virtual DJ requires you to run a piece of software called Stanton DaRouter in the background. DaRouter is a piece of bridging software that will connect your SC hardware to whatever MIDI software you decide to mix with. On top of this, DaRouter will also let you reconfigure the layout of your SCS controls with the use of presets. These come included in the DaRouter package and are located in the DaRouter folder on your Mac or PC. DaRouter should be installed from the installation disk provided with your SC system, or the latest version can be found on the Stanton website. Once you have installed DaRouter on your computer, turn on your SCS hardware and open the DaRouter software. At the top of the DaRouter application, you will see the active preset window where you can assign which software you are using, such as Traktor Pro or Ableton Live. Below the active preset section, you will see the SCS3 device configuration. Each of the units you have plugged in will be detected and highlighted, and you're ready to open your MIDI software that you wish to control. Next, you will need to open up your MIDI software. In this case, we're using Traktor Pro 2. Once Traktor has loaded, open up the Preferences menu located here at the top right of the screen. Click on Controller Manager and then the Add button and select Import. Next, choose the TSI file, which is a Traktor mapping file. This file will be located in your DaRouter folder. There are a few preset options for software such as Traktor, and deciding which to use will depend on how you wish to use the software. For further information on choosing the correct preset, you can either try out a few if you're just starting out, or if you understand the software options, you can go ahead and select the layout and option that best suits your mixing style. Lastly, if you're using the included audio lead with your SCS3, you'll need to check your audio settings and ensure you have the outputs set in mono for both the master and monitor outputs. So, let's have a look at the controls in Traktor Pro 2 and see how the SCS3 works. The SCS3 has transport controls including play, cue, sync, and BPM on the bottom of the SCS3D. These buttons are used to control play pause, cue to stop and reset the track to the original cue point, sync that will sync the deck to the master tempo, and tap, used to tap out the BPM. To set a new cue point at the beginning of your song in Traktor, ensure you have the snap function turned on, as this will lock your cue to the beat grid. The snap function is located here with the quantize button on your Traktor software. Next, press the vinyl button in the deck mode section and scan forward to the first beat of your track and press the cue button. To set extra cue points within your track, press the trigger button in the deck mode section, which will activate the cue point controls on the jog dial and surrounding buttons. You can set up to 5 cue points on the SCS3D by pressing the buttons located here, 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 and here. To delete any cue points, press the cue point that you wish to delete, then the circular button located at the top right of the jog dial. Adjusting the pitch on the 3D can be done either manually using the pitch fader, located at the top right of the 3D, or automatically via the sync button, which will sync the deck to the master deck. The only time the pitch fader works differently on the 3D is when you're in effects mode, in which case it will work to turn on Effects Engine 1 or 2. Traktor Pro 2 has 4 virtual decks that you can mix from, so to switch between these decks, you use the deck button located here at the top of the SCS3D. This will change the deck selection from A to C or B to D. To change the mixer deck controls, use the deck switch button at the top of the SCS3M. Looping on the 3D is done firstly by selecting the loop mode. Once activated, the jog dial and surrounding buttons will control the various looping controls. Use the outside left and right of the jog dial to increase or decrease the loop size, and press the button in the middle of the jog dial to set, activate and deactivate your loop. If you want to move the loop, you can either use the bottom two circular buttons below the jog dial to move the loop beat by beat, or use the top two circular buttons above the jog dial to make fine adjustments forwards or backwards. Using effects in Traktor is one of the software's strengths, as the effects allow you to change the sound of any track, giving you the opportunity to make the track unique to you and the way that you want it to sound. Effect control with the SCS3 can be done either using the 3D or the 3M. To control effects on the 3D, firstly select the FX mode. This will change most of the controls on your 3D unit to control the various features such as activating effects, banks 1, 2 or 3, wet-dry mix, effects parameter 1, 2 and 3, and also a reset button that will reset all of the effects to 0, meaning you can switch off all the effects at the push of one button. The SCS3M has 3 different modes in Traktor, these being Master Mode, EQ Mode and Effects Mode. The unit has been designed this way to take advantage of the layering capabilities in the SCS3, as well as the vast array of features in Traktor. To select these modes, you will need to press the Master, EQ or Effects buttons, and this will instantly change the mapping of the controls on the 3M. When in Master mode, the crossfader will work as a monitor mix fader and turn the channel faders into master volume and monitor volume. When in EQ mode, the crossfader will work as a standard crossfader, the channel faders will work as volume faders, the 8 buttons in between these faders work as EQ kills and filter on-off switch, the vertical faders will work as standard EQ faders, and the horizontal faders at the top will work as filter parameter faders. When in effects mode, the crossfader and channel faders remain the same as in EQ mode, but the 8 buttons in between the channel faders become on-off switches for the 3 effects banks, plus a reset button at the bottom, and changes the vertical faders to effect parameter faders for banks 1, 2 and 3, and changes the horizontal faders at the top of the unit to FX wet-dry control. Okay, so let's have a mix and see some of these features come together. Mix, scratch, EQ, EQ, mix, scratch, EQ, EQ, and affect all of their favorite music and video files through the included software, Virtual DJ or DaRouter. Using a very futuristic touch-sensitive control system, the SCS3 sets itself apart from all other hardware controllers, as there are no faders, pots, jog wheels or encoders that can be broken or damaged in transit or use. It works very much like the next generation of tablet computers, where swiping gestures are the favoured control choice. The size and control features make the SCS3 a perfect setup for DJs who need to travel with their DJs entering the market. It's 3 box. You will find the cable, quick start guide, and software installation disk. 3 units plus all the accessories out of the packaging, you're ready to start plugging cables for your SCS3 and then to your PC or Mac. On the back of each of the units, you will see a removable panel that hides all the ports for power and USB connection. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions regarding the SCS3, please visit the Stanton website or write to us on our forum page.